We had our first real frost last night. It killed some of the potato plants. The cucumber plants are completely gone. Here's some more. Now these potato plants are still alive, so it'll be a couple of weeks before I harvest the potatoes from them. I guess the pumpkin vine is done. I have to take in my pumpkin and take out the seeds and find out how I'm going to preserve the pumpkin for when I want to use it. These are the Yukon Gold potatoes. They were already dead for about a week now, so I'll be harvesting them in the next couple of days. Over here, of course, the basil that was killed by the frost. The parsley, that's still quite alive. Here's another cucumber plant. I'm going to take in the green tomatoes now, and I think I'll make green tomato relish with it. This is the butternut squash. You got the one squash hiding right there underneath the leaf. And one hiding, if I can get it on camera here. There he is. Surprisingly enough, these the plants, don't seem to be dead yet. The thermometer on my back deck was registering -3 when I got up, -3 Celsius that is. I don't know if that was the actual temperature because that thermometer is not protected, so it might be just the frost sitting on it made it register actually lower than what it is. Inside the cold frames, however, it was still registering 5 degrees this morning. And it looks like the plants are doing just fine. There's the biggest muskmelon that I'm waiting to get ripened. This is in the larger cold frame. I've got a fair size of watermelon right there. The leaves of the cucumber plant that were touching the glass, they were frozen and dead. You can see the black leaves right there. But anything that wasn't touching the glass is still doing fine. And then over by the snowball bush, the plants are all dead. I'll have to dig among them and see what small cucumbers are left there. I got several sunflowers. They look to be Still healthy. And we won't be having frost now anymore for another couple of weeks. Next weekend we're supposed to have like 18 degrees Celsius. They're only black oil sunflowers though, so they, whether or not I get seed from them doesn't really matter. This one would be nice to get seed from because it's a different kind of sunflower. And of course, like I said on previous videos, there's some short ones outside the fence. But I do have some nice sunflowers grow anyway, which I am happy with that. This is the sugar snap pea, and pea plants are not dead yet. This is going to be a good bed next year. I'll just walk up along here now. Here's the Romeo cherry. The purple smoke bush. Didn't get any flowers on it this year. Juliet cherry. She's doing fine. The one pear tree. Maple tree is still mostly green. It has a couple of leaves starting to turn right there. So now there's the goji. Looks like it won't have leaves for very much longer. Guess it's early to drop its leaves as soon as the frost starts to come. Second pear tree. Unfortunately, here's where the other goji was. I thought it was dead, but as you can, I scratched the bark surface here and I seen green underneath, so I was like, oh, it might come back. And now there's a little green spurt coming out there and one coming there, so it'll survive. Next year it'll grow. Here's my plum tree. Let's see if I can zoom in now. It's a new camera I just bought. Standing here using it, I am pleased with it. There's some more up there. And I'm pleased with this plum tree this year. There's quite a few plums on there. Let's see if there are any ripe ones. Still a little bit firm, so I'm going to leave them. As far as apple trees go, the apple trees didn't produce a lot, but I would get some apples. Now, If I can find that apple in the viewfinder would be nice. There's a few apples throughout this tree. So that's tree number 1, of course. Now the last apple tree, it produces smaller apples anyway. It's a different variety. Right now I'm in section 2, up behind the cellar. This one produces bigger apples. Very few. I took a apple off this might have been a week ago now. It was almost ready, still tart, so maybe another week and they'll be good. Now coming up here is the apple tree that produces the best apples. Up on the cliff they call it. So to the north of my house there's a outcrop. This area here was where the pig pen used to be before my memory. And everybody's apple trees this year, they didn't produce very much around here. Hopefully they produce enough to last me. Oh, that's the little one there. There's a bigger one back there. Is it going to focus on it? No, not going to focus on it. There's a few apples on this one, and like you say, it produces very big, delicious apples. Getting you a close-up of a really nice looking one now. There he is. That's going to be one delicious apple. And this is the Ida Red. Poor tree. There's only a couple of apples on him. And you'll see now when I zoom in on this one why I thought it was a crab apple initially. It's a little tiny thing and quite deformed. It'll be tart until really late in the fall. Very good when they do get fully ripe. But right now you look at it, a tiny deformed apple, you'd swear it was a crab apple. So there's, like I said, 2 apples I just seen on this tree. Oh, there's another little tiny one over there. So that's 3. There's the cucumbers from the vines that the frost killed last night. I have a couple of straight 8 cucumbers. That's one of them. Funny looking one. And there's one more I need to get. The rest of these are national pickling. It's in right here. Two straight 8 cucumbers. Green tomato relish coming up. And I ended up with 6 straight 8 cucumbers by the time I was done looking through those vines. And these, I got most of these tomatoes in here off of a yellow pear tomato vine. And these are huge compared to the ones I was getting inside. The ones I was getting inside were mainly this size. So you can see so I've got a half a bowl full of tomatoes and a half a bowl full of cucumbers. So that's it, just a little video giving an update because we had a frost last night, and I thought that those of you that are following them, you might want to know what state of the season we were at. Gonna be winding down now. The early plants, carrots would be another while, and the rutabaga. So, and I'll update soon. I'll be giving you some videos of the harvesting the potatoes. There's 3 different types that we really need to harvest. The ones in here you see past the trees there, they're in basically all compost. So I'm really interested in what's going to come out of that. I'm expecting some big potatoes. The Yukon Golds I mentioned, that'll be next week. And the volunteer potatoes, be interesting to find out what I get from that. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next video.